But Caleb Williams, 2 articles dropped today. 2 different articles, one by ESPN and one by The Athletic. This first one from ESPN, I think, is written by Jake Trammell. I don't want to fuck up the man's name, so let me actually look up the exact name of this. But this one is pretty much like his introduction piece, because we haven't heard anything from Caleb Williams through this whole fucking process, man. It's just been about what does he think, what's going on, does he want to be a Bear, and things like this. This is written by Pete Thamel. My fault for fucking up your name, Pete. Always want to give you the proper credit. And there was also another article written on The Athletic by Kaylin Kyler. This one's kind of more focused on his father and just the whole machine behind Caleb Williams, which we'll get into in a minute. But there's a couple things that stood out to me. I said on Twitter like a month ago, I said a lot of Bears fans want Combine Week to come up and motherfucking Caleb Williams go up there and say, "Oh, I love Michael Jordan, I love Walter Payton, I love Deep Dish Pizza, and I love I know every word to Do or Die Pope Pimp." That's why I was like, y'all not going to get that. Well, the funny shit about that, the motherfucker said that damn near word for word. These are a couple excerpts from the article with Pete Thamel. Former USC quarterback Caleb Williams deeply admires Michael Jeffrey Jordan and Walter Payton, loves Deep Dish Pizza, and told ESPN he would be excited if the Chicago Bears took him number 1 overall in the 2024 NFL draft. He pretty much word for word said everything I said. The only thing he was missing was to say that he listens to 3-piece. That's really all that was missing from this. Then we go on to a couple. He goes even deeper about his thoughts for the Chicago Bears. These are actual quotes from Caleb Williams. He says, "If I get drafted by the Bears, I'll be excited." He said, if they trade the pick and I get drafted by someone else, I'm just excited. Speaking about Chicago, they have a talented team, talented offense and defense. For anyone to be in that situation, I think they'd be excited. Williams pushed back on any notion that he requests a trade and wants to play elsewhere, which people have just been forcing for like clicks. Like I outside of Caleb actually being from the DC area, I don't understand why people think this is just something that needs to be talked about. But Caleb said, "I'm not pushing any agenda. At the end of the day, the Bears have the last say. Regardless of how I feel, I'm not pushing an agenda. I'm not pushing the agenda of, I want to go, or no, I don't want to go. I'm excited for whatever comes." Williams said he is eager for his first date with Chicago, with a meeting planned in Indianapolis this week, which is actually going on tonight, as our man Adam John said earlier on the Adam and John's podcast. He stressed the importance of first impression. He said he was intrigued to hear about the Bears' plans and learn what the organization is like in the vision moving forward. Chicago hasn't won a playoff game since 2000 and only had 2 wins since. I don't know why they throw that in there. Why you got what's the fucking point? What did I do anything? But anyway, what I took from this man was, one, I was actually shocked he was that open. This was not what I expected to get from Caleb. I thought he would be way more, non-committal to, really Chicago speak anything about Chicago. But I got to say this, I have been in this media game for 2.5 years. I've been in this entertainment game for about 10 years, and I know good PR when I see it. And goddamn it, I got to give it up to this PR company. I mean, flawless. You had all the fucking Chicago points. Like, the only thing niggas missing, he didn't say he listened to 3-piece. He didn't say, what I'm saying? "Oh, yeah, I like to put, chairs in the driveway to make sure my parking spot gets saved too." There was a certain Chicago things he didn't mention, but overall, great. Like, for a 22-year-old to say up there, "Oh, yeah, I study Michael Jordan and Walter Payton." He might be telling the truth. I personally think it's bullshit, but it's still the stuff you want to hear. I mean, I'm 35. I never saw Walter Payton play. So I don't know if a 22-year-old looking up that shit. And I caught the last 3-peat of Michael Jordan. So, but those are kind of things you like to hear. I mean, from this, I'm gonna combine this with Ryan Post and his press conferences. To me, this sounds like damn near a lock at this point. I think Ryan Post did everything but say that he met with Caleb Williams already in Los Angeles, which I kind of believe. Let's be very clear about one thing. I'm gonna break the fourth wall here, man. Let's be very clear about these things. These players meet ahead of time. These players and coaches meet ahead of time, especially when you have a number 1 draft pick, and everybody knows that you're probably going to take this person, especially a guy that's been highly touted and generational as Caleb is touted to be. They're going to do their work. When Ryan Post came out to Los Angeles a couple weeks ago to interview Cliff Kingsbury, I do think that part of it was they spoke to Caleb Williams. And do I think they met with him in person? No, that made the block too hot. But I definitely feel like Cliff Kingsbury called that nigga on FaceTime or some shit like that. But I think they're gonna go through their just due, which you should. You should look at all options. It's like dating. Yeah, you might favor this one woman or if you're a girl, if you're a woman, you might favor this one guy, but you still want to go through the process of any other particular options you may have. Maybe there's any red flags that might come up that you might want to see. So you're still going to meet with Caleb. They meet tonight. They're going to fly him out to Chicago later and, show him Hallis Hall. He's going to have the USC Pro Day, which is mid-March. You're going to go to that. You're going to do your proper evaluations. You're going to sit down with Drake May. You're going to sit down with Jay Daniels. You got to cross all your T's, dot all your I's. And you're also going to listen to some of these, alleged, draft, not trade requests for the number one pick. You got to do all those things. It's in your job title. But I think I've said this from day one, from the moment the Bears got the number one pick, I said from day one, I feel like this is a collision course for us, for the Bears getting Caleb Williams. I as much as I love Justin, I feel like Justin was going to have to play. And we said this last summer. This isn't some shit we just saying now. We said this last summer. I feel like Justin would have had to play above level. Amazing. The 5-game absence, him being hurt, didn't help either for him to be traded. This is a unique situation. If the Bears even had the 5th pick, I don't even think this is a discussion. You run it back with Justin Fields. So I think for what we got right now, this is what I heard. I like what I heard from Caleb Williams. If you're a Bears fan, you should like what you hear from Caleb Williams. He also said he doesn't have an agent and he will not be getting an agent. So even with the whole force trade thing, which was a stupid thing that brought us to fucking begin with, that's very hard to do without an agent. Very hard to do. If you look at the two people, everybody want to bring up Eli Manning. Everybody want to bring up John Elway. You forget John Elway was drafted by the Yankees. He always had baseball to fall back if he didn't get what he wanted in that demand. Not only does the Eli Manning have an agent, he's also part of football's first family. Archie Manning, Peyton Manning can pull a lot of strings, more than he didn't need football at the time either. So those are different situations here, man. But, and then, the Bears going to roll out the red carpet. One thing I will say about the Bears, I hate Soldier Field. I think Soldier Field is one of the worst stadiums in the NFL. And I've been privileged to been to half of the NFL stadiums already in my 2.5 years of covering this team and, just being a fan in general. To me, it's one of the worst in the league. But one thing I will say, Hallis Hall is state of the art. It is amazing. If I was a player, I would love to be there as a media member. I love being there. It's a dope spot, and I think Caleb's going to do that. And I think Ryan Poles, he knows how to show his vision. Kevin Warren's going to be involved. These are two guys that, to me, and I know right now we're all trying to trust Ryan Poles. I made this analogy on the Monday show. Bears fans and Ryan Poles' relationship is like when a woman meets a good nigga, you know what I'm saying? And you like, okay, he's doing all the good things, but I still don't trust him. He's up to something. That's why I feel like a lot of Bears fans are right now with Ryan Poles, where he's doing a lot of right things. He's opening the door for you. He's doing a whole bunch of shit like that. But you still got that PTSD from past general managers who did fucked up shit. No matter even that Ryan Poles has showed you outside of the Chase Claypool deal, he has way more hits than misses. So I feel like there's a learning or an acceptance curve right here too. And you also see Justin Fields fans. I'm a Justin fan. I'm just not a Justin fan to the point of delusion. Like, I feel a lot of people, I feel like are more Justin fans than they are Bears fans. It's like they want to win with their guy and when they want the team to win, which I personally think is some weirdo shit. But overall, I liked what I heard from Caleb. He's supposed to speak to the media on Friday, be a big media scrum. So I'm pretty sure we'll add to that. But as far as what I see, to me, the ball is in Ryan Poles' court. It's always been in his court, but now we know Caleb, doesn't mind going to Chicago. And even Ian Rappaport went a little bit further when he was on with Peter Schrager, I think it was early on NFL Network, and he said that Caleb wants to go to Chicago. And there was a quote he said, I don't care about the money, which is bullshit, but I like to hear, I don't care about the money. I want to be a legend. I want to be the guy, in so many words, to bring a championship to Chicago. And that's the type of stuff you want to hear, man. Now, whether it translates on the field or not, it's a different situation. He still got to go out there and play. He's still a rookie. He's going to go through his rookie lumps. But as far as crossing the boxes, that I like what I heard from him.
That paper on this player haters, old news, money on the other line, so I'm not going to hold you. Money on the other line, so I'm not going to